that. What did you do, Quatch?
Summer boys. Since I couldn't watch the match, at least I can represent them on the show now.
Yeah.
It's gone to extra time now, but we are winning this.
Represent your country. What do you mean? Represent your country. But anyway.
Well, my country will represent me when they get to the World Cup.
We have Quatch, we have Cindy, we have Mariam, and you know them as the noisemakers. Since I asked Quatch how he was, it took 4 minutes. I will not ask the rest. I'll just assume you guys are good, right? Fantastic. So let's talk about this story because it had a lot of people talking. In a case that has since turned into he said, she said, Kenyans were this week treated to drama after a video emerged of an argument between allegedly a manager in a Kitengela club and an employee demanding their pay. In the video, the manager is seen flexing connections, telling the employee, oh, I have direct connections to the country's #1. Now the club has since released a statement claiming that these were fired employees whose case was with the police. Take a look. Get that video so that we can show you. Did you watch it, Mariam?
I did.
All right.
Two things. Aki aesthetics tatumaliza kama wa Kenya, honestly, because this is a very new joint, and when I say very new, I mean very new. Opened in October of 2022.
Right.
The fact that you're already fighting with employees over wages 2 months, less than 2 months actually, into your establishment being open is just wild to me. The disrespect that she was shown in that video, you can claim, oh, the cases with the police, etc., etc., but I think we've all seen this story way too many times for us to think that this is a case that's with the police. She was very fair in demanding for her wages. He was flexing. Number two, how many people have big connections to the #1 in Kenya? Because the number is getting ridiculous, guys. The number is getting ridiculous. During COVID, it was like, you know, I heard from so-and-so who's at State House, they're going to open for us next week. Now it's, I'm not paying my employees because I have the #1 connect. Does everyone know the head, the commander-in-chief? Does everyone have a direct line to the president? It's ridiculous at this point. Yeah. I think we need serious labor laws. Wherever Francis Atwoli is sitting, please, please, this is actually your job.
Yes.
Fighting for the workers, okay? Yes. Not flexing, not doing political meetings, not doing all of that. Fighting for the workers, as you call them. Yes. This is where you should be. When people like this are being told, oh, I won't pay you because I have the #1 person in charge of this country.
Right.
I won't pay you because I'm going to put some trumped up charges on you and you're going to end up in jail. It's disgusting.
It is.
Despicable.
It is, because who cares who you know? Please pay me my wages. Okay, so Cindy, I know you are particularly very emotive when it comes to stories like these.
Yes.
Tell me.
I totally agree with Mariam. This is a case for the labor courts because it sets a precedent. If nothing is done, then, you know, other bar owners and other employers will go like, you know what, I can talk to my employee any way I want and I'll get away with it. The Employment Act is there to shield employees from situations like this. When you work, there's an expectation of wages. So if there's a dispute in terms of why you're not paying this person, there's an amicable way to say it, not to terrorize or to intimidate the person. So there's a whole spin doctor thing going around where there are rumors that apparently this waitress stole money. But I'm thinking, somebody who steals money does not come back and face an employer for 20,000 shillings. This is somebody who has been frustrated at their workplace and they deserve their rights. So I totally agree. Let the labor courts take over.
Also, Cindy, as well, sorry, Coach, just to interrupt you. Also, if she had stolen the money, he would have mentioned that. Yeah, he didn't know it was being recorded. He would have said, exactly. But instead, it's threats on threats on threats.
I think they had to do that. Quatch, I'm sorry. We just clearly don't want you to talk. Carry on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, Mariam stole these words right off my mouth because if we are arguing and you stole from me, there's no chance that in the 3 minutes of argument, there's no way I'm going to mention about the case is still with the police, or I'm going to tell the police you're here, or these kind of things. This flexing thing, and really two things came out for me in this video. One was the impunity by which people who think they know people would just sit on you and not do anything about it.
Yeah.
And then two, the helplessness by which people who do these kind of jobs have when people tell them they are not going to pay. I remember when DJ Bash went to one of the clubs in Nairobi to go claim his pay in the middle of the night, and he had to go live on his online socials and tell them, because then now you have to take the law into your hands. Because every time you try claiming your money from them, Hawoni manager, Hawoni nani, they will use the bouncers to bully you. So what then you do, a lot of employees end up doing what these people are accused of doing. That after 2 months of non-payment, na ninaonanga speaker pale, sinichukue speaker ni jilipe.
Na uende na ujilipe.
Exactly, which is what DJ Bash was threatening to do, that if they don't pay him, he's going to take the equipment from the amplifier and whatever, the mixer,
Yeah.
and go away with it until they pay him back his money.
Yeah.
So really, we need some sort of system to change in this kind of workplaces.
Yeah.
And then when you have casual laborers as well, the casual laborers should know that in case they go to court, they have the right, at a bill contract, it is the employer who has the burden of proof to show what kind of an agreement the two of you had. So never fear, kama mtu akulipi, enda umseme. They will be away.
And the small claims court is perfect for things like this. At
It
20K
is.
here.
It's
What's the
very
most
true.
audacious thing you guys have been told by someone who owed you money?
Acha kunipigia unanisumbua. I think for me what happened once was, and you know, this person tried to, you know, ask for this money online, but have you ever recommended someone for something and then you're now the middleman?
Yeah.
And then let's say I recommend Cindy to Kwach.
Yes.
Cindy goes and does a madness.
Yes.
And then Kwach is like, "Uyu mtu mwenye ulinitumia." Let me tell you, it is the worst possible position to be in.
It is.
It is the worst because now both of you look like you're stealing. You know?
Yeah.
So it's usually very unfair. But
That's
I think
why really I'm
strong.
always very hesitant on recommending things.
Yes.
All people, because sometimes kama huko sure
Yeah.
kabisa. Especially these people you meet online, someone is telling you, oh, I've been looking for a job for 5 years. Then you recommend them to some place.
Yeah.
Then unaambiwa ule mtu ulituletea ameenda na laptop zetu.
Yeah, I know.
Labda ulienda na laptop kwa hakumlipa.
No, because it's a mess, Mariam. Because you see, the person who recommended,
Yeah.
like let's say now for me, my situation is so I recommend Cindy, and then Kwach doesn't pay Cindy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now
Cindy is
So now I'm on your case.
Nina, you thief. How
Yeah,
could
yeah,
you do-"
yeah.
And I'm like, I haven't even known Kwach that long. I was like, listen, there's a job, Cindy, Kwach, meet, do the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really unfair. What do you think though? Do let us know on Twitter at The Trend Live if you've ever had an employer run away with your money. And you know, to answer Mariam's question, the most audacious thing someone has said to you and they have your money. You know, they start getting angry, which is so shocking to me.
2,000 ni kitu ya kulipigia mara 20.
Kama uko na hiyo 2,000 sutume basi. Why is so disrespectful?
It is so, because you even now start talking politely because you're like, niaje, umekuwa
Nilikuwa
sawa,
nauliza.
nilikuwa tunauliza. Kwa
There's
pole.
no need of being so harsh. And they owe you money. That's the most audacious thing. There's no need of being so
You guys have never
harsh.
had those things of your boss owes you money na unaona amepeleka familia yake holiday.
Yeah, wako Dubai.
Things just
Hey! People in the theater industry.
We have to talk about